All right, guys, this is week 6 of the Race Survival series, and we are in game number 2. Team Protoss having a good start with Movie taking down Yuck. Very nice game 1 from him, just kind of hitting right before the mutas could do any sort of attack upon him and dealing really critical damage. So, well done from Movie, winning his weak matchup there. Now he gets one he's a bit stronger in, going up against my boy Speed. Definitely one of my favorite Terran players out there right now. Has his own style completely. And that's something that might be important here, because the map is Ascension. And this is definitely a map that's considered pretty Protoss favored. It's really hard for Terran to do any sort of attack other than like a 2-1 timing maxed out type of push, which in general isn't considered super strong. And that's because of the power of carriers and the amount of terrain level changes. Like, you have to fight uphill, like, probably on average 3 times against Protoss to get across the map, which is just very difficult to pull off until you're maxed out. So, yeah, we'll see what Speed really has planned here. And while we wait, guys, thank you so much for checking out ArtosisCasts. I really appreciate it. Hope that you guys are enjoying the Race Survival series. We have quite a few games yet for this season. I have been really enjoying it. This has been like kind of one of my goals, to be able to cast some Race Survival. Definitely one of my favorite tournaments to watch. And yeah, if I get to cast it, all the better. Alright, so gateway into Scout here from Movie. We have this forward barracks for Speed. So it looks like Speed definitely wants to go for a fast command center here, but has to take his gas since the probe gets up here. Should take his gas. Well, he might just wait till the probe goes towards his main base to get it kind of as late as possible, but he should take it. Okay. Yeah. Okay, that's... I tell you, Speed is braver than I. Okay, because here's basically the thing, guys. Like, Speed doesn't know what Movie's doing, but if you put buildings here and get offensive gassed, and they go Dragoons, you lose the game. You literally won't be able to hold anything. And then, like, yeah, you can back up into your choke, but the goons will still... Yeah, it's bad. It's really bad. So basically, you do not want to be offensive gassed on a map like this, especially with your buildings out here. So, good move taking that gas just in the nick of time. This is just gateway into Nexus, so this is kind of a semi-newer build. It's been pretty popular for... I would say it's actually fallen out of popularity a little bit just recently. Haven't seen it as much, but it's been pretty popular in the last year, basically. And it's just like you make a Zealot and you go ahead and make a Nexus. It's very similar to the build that Speed was actually going for here, which is just a barracks expand. It's like basically the Protoss version of that. It's like slightly safer, can possibly put on pressure. And as you see, this is really annoying. He's already lost a Zealot. Or Marine, sorry. And, ooh, taking some damage on those SCVs. Great micro, though. And he's put quite a bit of damage on that Zealot, so he will be able to clean this up pretty quickly from here. Now, with this build, you don't actually have the money for a second Zealot right away, so we don't have anything like that coming. And he will end up killing that SCV, but this Zealot is going to end up falling. Very good micro there from Speed. So he throws down a factory. The SCV has been scouting in here the whole time and just wants to make sure that he has a bunker up before a Dragoon can get over here. Second factory going up before that Dragoon, and you can really see, like, this is just some excellent play coming out, well, really both sides, right? Like, I mean, with Movie, it's just kind of like a build order choice and then some good micro. Speed had very good micro, but, like, you can see he's skimping on everything that he possibly can. His SCV stayed alive during all of that, which is really nice. He didn't see range started, so he knows he doesn't have to get siege mode quickly. The Robo didn't start till he lost the SCV, but he's probably going to be guessing that's what it is. And he doesn't even start the bunker until the last second, right? Like, that bunker will finish before this Dragoon gets there, and that's all that matters. So a very quick 2 factory. Is Speed going to try to put some pressure on? I would imagine he will want to push out with, like, 3 tanks. That seems like it would be very good here, because he did, again, he saw that range wasn't started, so it was clear that he was saving his gas for something, probably a Robo. And if you can get a little push out before Reaver, a lot of times you can get a bit of damage done. Force the Reaver to play defense a little bit while you get your turrets up, which pushes back when you have to buy your turrets, which is nice as well. So let's see if he immediately starts a couple tanks here. This add-on finishes and the first tank finishes. Yep, there you go. So we are absolutely going to see a little 3-tank pressure. In fact, even starting another Marine, that is a telltale sign of that pressure to come. Now, over on Movie's side, he does have the Reaver tech coming. So, honestly, like, the Reaver is going to be out by the time any pressure gets there. But notice how he's getting speed. So, a lot of this, like, the power of this this little push will be getting units out of position so his vultures have potential to deal damage. It's a very good idea here from Speed. It's definitely a well-known one, so Movie may be careful about that. Notice he has a Zealot blocking here, Dragoon scouting, another Dragoon over here to block incoming scouts. Third Nexus gets started. So a pretty greedy play here, right? Like, this was a very quick Nexus, and going into Reaver as well as the third. All off of one gateway. So the actual unit count, other than Reaver, is so low, like, Speed would absolutely wreck this, obviously. But the Reaver messes up that math completely. A Reaver and a shuttle from a really good player can kill most of what you see here. Like, one Scarab sometimes kills all the Marines. So let's see how this control goes down. The Speed Vultures running across the map immediately, throwing down some mines, perhaps. They try to come in. Oh, not the greatest moment for him right there. Since it's all done. Oh, he actually gets a connection there. Oh, and then suddenly oh my God, everything going wrong right there for a moment. The mine drag as well as the Scarab shot, but some of these mines actually going off very well. Oh my God, that Reaver was at 1 health and he targeted the wrong unit here. Unfortunately, a mine does end up hitting that siege tank. The Reaver going to try to get the kill with just 1 health. More mines hit this Dragoon as well. The Vulture's still coming in. I can't believe this thing's at 6 health and still alive and kicking, helping to clean everything up. The one remaining siege tank at 2 health as well. Everything on the brink of destruction right now. Speed getting some good damage, though, onto these probes. Look at that probe count fall. We had a probe advantage for his opponent, and suddenly look where it is at. Definitely a big advantage now for Speed, who's going to run some more Vultures in here, laying those mines down. The mines just buying time. There are observers, but you're killing probes quicker than Dragoons can really remove all this. Now, this one very hurt tank with mines around it. Probably drop the Reaver out and try to kill it. Okay, doesn't get any mines, so he will be able to kill that and save the Nexus. More mines hitting. Look at the SCV versus probe count. Only 27 workers left. The only thing that Speed has to be careful about is that he has good defenses up. Let's go back and check. So he's been sending down Vultures nonstop. He still has his rally points there and a siege tank's going. He wants to turn this around. That's a mistake. That's because he's microing heavily. But he has switched into siege tank production. There's 1 turret, 2 turret, 3 turret. Okay, he has some good turrets up. Probably needs a couple more at least, though. You gotta make sure that you're not taking counter damage from the harassment that should come. Plus, it's 4-gate Dragoon now. So the production of Protoss is actually much, much higher than the production of Terran at this point. More turrets going down. 3rd CC. Tanks being sieged in a very spread line right now. Shuttle Speed is almost ready. 2 Dragoons in here. Right, looks like he's going to pop this turret immediately. Wants a way in. I mean, there are paths he could go on. Got to be careful about it. All right, going up into that main mineral line. Oh, man, you can see him just going behind here. Beautiful drop location. Maybe a Dunning Scarab there. Yeah, the second one does. Gets the kill there onto that siege tank. Oh, loses one of his Reavers, but you know what? He's getting some good harassment. His Dragoons have come to the front as well. Their SCV going down. The siege, unsiege, just so painful for Speed. Oh, if he could get a hit there, that would be so juicy. Now, still, we have the 3rd base up and mining. More shuttles being made. Movie's definitely looking for more damage than what he's done here. Look at the difference in workers. Still a 20 worker advantage. But between his harassment, the slowing down of speed, and triple Nexus Pro production, if he wants to actually make them, we see he's not actually making that many, he can catch up on that. Okay, looks like we're going to have a bust here, dropping Zealots in on top of these Siege Tanks, moving forward with the Dragoons as well. Oh my god, this Reaver could be amazing. Yeah, pops that tank immediately, going after some of the SCVs now as well. A huge scarab onto those SCVs. Another one as well. Yes, another beautiful couple scarabs. Dragoons walking into the natural. Oh, taking a little bit of damage on that shuttle. Going to go ahead and maybe drop that Reaver once again. Okay, loses the Reaver. The SCV's helping to fight. Down goes the other shuttle as well. So that's the end of that attack. Oh my god, he walks through mines on the way out. Okay, well, good luck. Good luck. Good luck. Ah, okay, 1 health left on this one. Okay. Now, after all is said and done, we went from a 20 worker advantage for speed to about a 10 worker advantage for movie. So that turned out to be absolutely fantastic. Movie, you know, I showed that he was skipping out on some probes, putting that money and that attention more into his attacking units and gaining back that advantage through sheer force. So now we go from a game that it looked like it was really, really good for speed. And yeah, I don't like it so much from him anymore. Like, he doesn't have a starport yet, so he can't really get good upgrades. Like, he's getting +1 armor. He has +1 attack. I mean, that stuff's good, but you're not starting your +2 or anything, so that's a little bit annoying. That takes a long time. His SCV count has dwindled quite a bit, unfortunately. He had almost as many as he needed for the whole game, and now he has to remake a bunch. He's got a good turret ring, kind of. But don't forget, with speed shuttles, if Movie so chooses, I mean, you fly him 2 speed shuttles, these turrets, it'll be like they're not even there. They're like a suggestion. Right? Turrets, oh, I love that. Turrets are a suggestion to speed shuttles, and to mutalisks, and to carriers. Especially in these small numbers. So, yeah, I mean, I kind of like where Movie's at now. It's got the Templar Archives getting into Storm, adding some more gateways as well. 4th Nexus coming up. Double speed shuttle. The moment is near. There's just not that much defense here. Like, I mean, a couple mines. He does have a couple turrets further back. There's a good thing about this where the shuttle will come in and be like, okay, I'll fly by. And then there's a second turret that finishes off. Now, drops on top of some of these. Oh. Oh my god, that was so close to the mine. So, I mean, the layout kills the shuttles, but the damage is being dealt. Right? He's killed quite a few SCVs once again. It looks like he might end up getting the armory. Maybe not. Reasonably quick clear. Meantime, we do have some vultures. Looks like they laid some offensive mines here against those dragoons, but unfortunately take a bunch of damage. Can't really get anything else done against those cannons. The armory does have to be remade, unfortunately, so doesn't get that +1 armor that he was going for. Movie right now has the double forge spinning. There's 1, 2. Has his +1, so he's actually going to get ahead on upgrades, which isn't that common in TVP. And I mean, it's good for Protoss, but it's not like Protoss being ahead of Terran on upgrades is not as strong as Terran being ahead of Protoss on upgrades. Like, basically, the Protoss upgrades just don't scale as well as Mech. All right, now, looks like Speed wants to come out. He does actually have a slightly bigger army right now. You know, a lot was spent on the speed shuttles. And now it's all about Storm. Like, the Storms are going to have to do some heavy lifting here for Movie, and I think that they definitely can. But his overall, the bulk of his army is actually rather low right now. All right, nice Storm goes off. Another beautiful Storm. Oh, that Storm just crazy. Another beautiful one. And he's losing his entire army, but the storms really did soften this up. Look at this tank army right here. Like, everything is basically red. This should actually turn around and run away. Speed does not have a chance to do anything with this, I don't think. Well, Vulture's coming up. No, I don't know, man. It looks scary to me. There's a lot of very red tanks here. Like, 1 or 2 Dragoon hits and these all die. Look, a storm goes off, a bunch of them pop. And what damage did he get for losing those 8 tanks? He killed a few Zealots and, like, 5 Goons? Don't think that was worth it, honestly. SCVs were coming out to repair, but once you take a bruising like that, I think it's always best, just as a general rule, to go home, repair them, right? The first engagement went pretty well, if you save the tanks. Well, Movie taking this opportunity to take a 5th base, but Vultures are there to stop it and ruin his plans. His other bases are up and healthy. It's got a very solid 67 probes right now. Protoss army going to come over and clear out this area. 4th base attempting to be taken here by Speed. Oh god, Reaver drop as well as High Templars in there at this 3rd base location. He might be trying to make him think that it's only a Reaver. Oh god, yeah, the storm on those SCVs would be the strong thing. Ah! Speed, too quick for him. Oh my god! That was like 8 SCVs on that one Scarab. Beautiful connection. Okay, well, it says it has 2 kills, but we saw more than that, so I'm confused about that, but okay. We gotta recheck that. 3 kills? No. We literally saw more than that. Okay. Anyways, Vultures out in the center of the map now, dealing with this very small amount of Dragoons. They do have the 2-1 upgrade, so very hard for Vultures to get through that. Yeah, Movie's just kind of continuing to macro. You see his supply really kind of running away this game. 171 to 116. And if you look at what the supply actually entails for Terran, it's like 8 tanks and some Vultures. It's not enough to play against this, unfortunately. Like, 120 is a pretty low supply number. Looks like Movie getting ready to try to move in, I think, for a killing blow. He has so many units, it could end up being so. Sometimes it is hard to finish with these High Templar-based armies, but the force of Zealots and Dragoons is just so large at this point. Oh my god, drops right on top of mines there. Speed having the best engagement, maybe ever. But I still don't think that's going to be enough. Look at this. Psy Storms and Reavers demolishing this mineral line. Will Speed actually end up holding here? I don't think so. Another storm goes down. He is rallying out more units. But even if you technically live through this, what is the comeback plan? How do you end up winning a game that looks like this? I think the answer is pretty clear that you do not. Okay, so Movie... Oh, he actually never got his 5th back up. I thought he was going to go ahead and retake it. Looks like he's retaking here, which is not the greatest location. This would actually give me, like, some small hope for the game if I was Speed. Like, if you take your 4th, it's not very far to push to kill this base. Plus, it kind of defends it, right? Like, you can do some sort of line where you're, like, defending here and here. You could eliminate the Nexus, and then suddenly it becomes a game again. So honestly, I don't like that Nexus for Movie. Maybe he feels like he's so far ahead it literally doesn't matter where he takes the Nexus as long as he takes it. But yeah, it seems like there's better choices. All right, a decent amount of our army actually coming out from Speed right now. Starting to get something together. Vulture's looking for some more harassment. There is a Zealot over there. Okay, it's not a probe or anything. Uh-oh. 4th CC under attack. Yeah, killing that is just brutally painful if he ends up getting it. Zealot's getting on top of these siege tanks. Some High Templars coming out, storming those Vultures. And it looks like the command center will end up falling, unfortunately. Still a decent army from speed. But, like, just kind of sitting there, right? It feels like he could be more forward with it. Maybe he's just so busy trying to do things on the map with his Vultures. But honestly, there's nothing to do. Like, the bases all have enough cannons that you don't want to throw your Vultures away trying to kill probes at this point. Like, his economy is not big enough. If he had, like, a bunch of bases mining right now, I'd say, yeah, sure, go crazy. But right now, you need every unit you can get. Movie continuing to field a really nice-looking army. 3-2 upgrades before Terran. Very impressive. Lots of High Templars in here. Trying to remake that 4th CC. Honestly, I'm surprised he doesn't move this into a more forward position. Like, if he held this area right here kind of defends everything. You can come down the ramp to defend the 4th base area. Obviously, Protoss armies don't run through this little choke. Like, they could technically, but it doesn't make much sense. It takes so long to get through, and you can't retreat. Anyways, comes over to that area now, but eats a big Psystorm right here. See if he can knock out these High Templars before more come down. Some more nice Psystorms. But he pushes it back. Dude, is there going to be a comeback here? It still doesn't seem it to me. I mean, 172 to 118 is pretty convincing. But he's turret pushing a little bit. He can start to get very efficient. 3-2 upgrades are going to finish. Look, this base is going to be out of commission. And he's finished his 4th command center, so he's going to be able to take that as well. But here comes the big counter. Still a big supply lead. About 40 more army supply for Movie. Coming in with some Zealot bombs on top of those siege tanks. Ooh, a beautiful Mind Drag comes down. So many Dragoons, so few Zealots in here. So that's actually kind of nice in a way. More High Templars with their storms. Is this enough to end it? I think that speed basically has nothing left at this point. Sub 100 supply. Few siege tanks come up at the very end. But he's losing that. GG, Movie wins another one.